A woman smiled at you recently, but her heart whispered betrayal. She's not who she pretends to be, and she's involved in a spiritual trap against you. Heaven is exposing her name soon. Archangel Michael says, the smile she gave you wasn't just a greeting, it was a signal. A code passed from spirit to spirit, from the one hiding behind innocence to the forces whispering against your soul. That moment, heaven marked her presence and began recording everything. You felt something, didn't you? A chill that brushed your spirit right after she walked away, leaving behind a warmth that felt forced. That wasn't intuition, it was your divine gift alerting you to the serpent hidden behind soft laughter. A woman has stepped into your circle with intentions wrapped in silk, but laced with daggers. She watches with eyes that pretend to admire you, yet her heart brims with envy so intense, it nearly cracked her soul. What she hides will soon shatter illusions around her. There's a power in pretending, and she's mastered it. Behind every compliment she gives you is a scheme, and beneath every word is a hook pulling you into something spiritual and dangerous. She knows exactly how to disarm, but heaven has finally sounded the alarm. Comment, I receive this truth, if your spirit is feeling something deep right now. She has positioned herself close, watching what you wear, how you move, and what makes you glow. Her smile wasn't admiration, it was a calculated charm meant to blindfold your discernment. But something slipped, and now the angels are stepping in. You may think she's harmless because of how calmly she speaks, how she offers to help, and how her voice soothes the room. But light is revealing the shadows she brings with her, shadows from another realm. She has invoked spiritual tools not for peace, but for manipulation. Archangel Michael says, she crafted something recently, a gift or object tied with spiritual knots, offered to you or placed near you. Don't accept her tokens, for what is hidden within them is not a blessing but a curse disguised in beauty. And you will soon recall something you touched that carried a strange energy with it. She laughed in front of you, yet cried against you in her private place. She drew lines on the floor with oil, pretending it was prayer, when it was a ritual made to mirror you and reflect pain onto your path. But divine fire has reached her altar now. Type Amen to get blessing 333. She thinks you're still unaware, still clinging to the illusion she shaped around you. But Archangel Michael has assigned watchers, and their eyes have pierced her secrecy. Her name is now echoing in the halls of heaven, being judged by the light she tried to defy. The reason you felt drained, confused, or easily irritated lately is because her spirit is bleeding into your environment. She has activated spiritual interference to fog your intuition, to silence your inner voice. But the fog is lifting, and clarity is flooding back. Someone you trust may have introduced her, unknowingly walking a snake into your peaceful garden. And now that snake slithers between your relationships, pretending to be a vine bearing fruit. But her disguise is beginning to rot. This is not just betrayal, it's orchestration. She is one of several working behind veils, and they've chosen you as the target because your light irritates their shadows. But the divine council has had enough of their mockery. The clock has started ticking. A supernatural confrontation is about to rise, not with screaming, but with quiet exposure. She will be revealed at the right time, and her mask will fall in front of everyone. Type Amen to get blessing 444. There are objects in your space now that carry her energy. You may have noticed strange dreams, unsettling thoughts, or repeated delays in things that once flowed freely. That's no coincidence, it's sabotage planted spiritually. Archangel Michael says, the next time she smiles, you will see it differently. That smile will no longer seduce, it will shiver. For the spiritual realm has unmasked her before you even speak a word. Her energy is being drained now. The rituals she attempted are backfiring, and her alliances in the spirit world are crumbling. You may hear of her becoming unusually quiet, confused, or visibly disturbed. This is the unraveling of her work. The angelic fire is circling the very place where she initiated her traps. That location, her room or a space she secretly used, now burns with invisible judgment. You do not need to go near it, heaven already has. Comment, I see clearly now, if something suddenly clicks in your spirit. The whispering she did about you, the false reports she shared, were all done in soft voices, in safe places she thought were protected. But nothing spoken against the chosen escapes divine ears. It has all been written down. Soon, people around you will start to mention her differently. They will pick up what you already felt, and her charm will begin to lose power. The performance is ending. She used to feel powerful around you, but now she's feeling exposed. Her confidence is cracking. And she will try to blame the shift on everything but her own actions. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You are not crazy. That sudden nausea, dizziness, or confusion you felt around her was real. It was your body reacting to a spiritual misalignment. Heaven is not only exposing her. Heaven is also elevating you, placing you higher so that betrayal never sits at your table again. The chairs are being rearranged. She was placed near you not by accident, but by orchestration from a force that feared your next season. They wanted to slow you down before you bloomed fully. But the delay is being reversed. Her name will come out. Whether in a conversation, a slip of the tongue, or a dream, you will hear it clearly. And when you do, your spirit will know. Comment, justice is near, if you feel the exposure beginning already. Archangel Michael says, do not confront her yet. The exposure will happen on its own, through divine orchestration. If you act too early, you interfere with heaven's strategy. You are being protected in ways you cannot even comprehend. You've been walking through danger unaware, but your steps have been covered in fire. What she meant for delay will become acceleration. There is someone she reports to spiritually, another woman or man she aligns with. That person is watching too, but heaven is scattering their communication. Their network is being cut off. The binding attempt she made didn't work. You're still glowing. You're still walking forward. Her spell didn't land, it shattered the moment your spirit resisted. Type Amen to get blessing 777. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Your spirit is reclaiming strength she tried to dissolve. You may notice a sudden increase in energy, breakthroughs in things that were stuck, and clarity in decisions you were unsure about. That is restoration in motion. You don't need to tell your side of the story. Heaven is already broadcasting the truth. People are beginning to shift how they see you, and her lies are dissolving into air. Truth always leaves residue, and yours is shining. In a few days, she will experience a disruption. Something in her life will pause, collapse, or be blocked. This is not coincidence, it's divine justice knocking. Comment, I align with justice, to seal this part of your message. She is spiritually unstable now. The energy she used to harm is now flooding back toward her. You are free from the entanglement. Soon you will have dreams again, but this time, they'll be different. No longer filled with shadows, but filled with visions, open doors, and divine symbols. That means the veil has lifted. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You are rising. She cannot stop it. The pit she dug is becoming her own trap. What was hidden has been unveiled. What was covered has been uncovered. And what was meant to break you is now breaking open a greater destiny. Your angels are not just protecting, they are celebrating. A hidden war has been won without you needing to lift a hand. That's divine justice in motion. Stay alert. Be still. And watch the name heaven is about to expose, then you will understand why your spirit never trusted her smile. Type Amen to get blessing 000. Her smile was never for you, it was for the mask she wears. That gentle curve on her lips was rehearsed, perfected, and sharpened over time to appear harmless. But Archangel Michael says, even the best disguises melt under divine fire. What she doesn't know is that heaven allowed her to come close, not to destroy you, but to reveal her. Her presence was permitted just long enough for her to show her true intention. And now that intention is being stripped bare before heaven and earth. She has run out of room to hide. Every place where she whispered deceit is now a spotlight. Even in silence, her thoughts are being heard by the divine realm. Type Amen to get blessing 1188. The spiritual trap she set involved more than just gossip, it involved objects, meetings, and secret conversations. These are not coincidences. These are blueprints she followed to orchestrate spiritual interference. But your spirit resisted. Even when it didn't make sense. You hesitated around her not because you were rude, but because your soul knew. She never expected your strength to be invisible. She thought because you were kind, you were naive. But your silence was power, your discernment was armor. Heaven kept you still not because you were weak, but because angels needed time to gather every piece of her betrayal. And now that the file is full, the verdict is being passed. Comment, truth reveals everything, if this is speaking into your moment. A financial delay you experienced wasn't random. She envied your growth and tried to block it using manipulative intentions. Her words twisted into the atmosphere like threads in a net. But the net has snapped. The blockage is breaking. You will see the very area she tried to stop flourish as a sign that she has no more power over it. She took your name into a dark space. She whispered things not just to people, but to forces beyond. And those forces tried to access your destiny. But your name belongs to heaven. And the blood that covers you cannot be rewritten. That is why her efforts backfired. Type Amen to get blessing 2244. You are walking proof that no weapon, spiritual or physical, formed against you will succeed when you're in divine alignment. She was allowed to plot but not permitted to win. And now even her allies are distancing from her in fear. Her fall will not come with noise. It will be slow, visible, and undeniable. She will be exposed not by accusations, but by divine evidence. She will try to blame stress, confusion, or misunderstandings. But deep inside, she will know, it was the moment she touched you with evil that everything changed. Comment, the light always wins, to align yourself with divine revelation. This next season of your life is about protection and positioning. You are not just being guarded, you are being set apart. The woman who thought she could dismantle your peace is now witnessing the heavens rebuild you stronger. Archangel Michael says, what she sent toward you returned before she blinked. Your spiritual shield was too impenetrable, too sealed in fire. She underestimated who walks with you. The conversations she began will now echo back toward her. The lies she told will become the truth that unmasks her. And the image she painted of you will fade while yours shines clearer. Type Amen to get blessing 3366. She is watching you still, waiting for weakness, hoping for a crack. But your spirit is no longer vulnerable to her tactics. She has no access now. In the next gathering or call, listen closely. Someone will speak her name in a tone that shifts the entire room. And your spirit will know, this is the confirmation. You may even have a dream with her face, but this time it won't confuse you. It will release you. That dream is the divine signature, sealing her chapter shut. Comment, I claim my peace, to receive this next phase. The space she occupied spiritually in your life is now being filled with light. The darkness that tried to hover is retreating quickly. Even your home will feel different. Watch how you sleep changes. Watch how clarity returns. Watch how peace restores in areas that were chaotic. Type Amen to get blessing 4422. There was a day she looked at you and smiled while holding jealousy so fierce it nearly leaked from her eyes. That was the day heaven said, enough. That was the beginning of the end. Everything she built using deception will start to collapse. Even the people she lured with manipulation are waking up to who she really is. The light is too loud to ignore now. And her spiritual cover is breaking. The person who fed her spiritual guidance is pulling away. Even they fear what's coming next. Comment, no weapon shall prosper, if your spirit feels the shift happening. Your prayers have not only protected you, they've redirected the energy meant to harm. The altar she tried to build against you has cracked. The name of the one who gave her instructions is about to surface too. You'll soon notice favor returning in places she blocked. Clients, friends, opportunities, clarity, it's all circling back. The restoration is now public. Type Amen to get blessing 5544. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. This is the divine reversal. What she started in secrecy is ending in spectacle. What she buried is rising to testify. You are walking into a season where discernment will be your greatest gift. You will see others like her before they approach. You are now spiritually upgraded. You are being kept from her for a reason. Heaven's shield is intentional. Even if she tries to apologize, it won't carry power anymore. Comment, I trust the divine shield, if this is preparing you for something ahead. Archangel Michael says, she cannot harm you anymore. Her assignments have been cancelled. And her energy is weakening day by day. You are going to glow again. You're going to breathe lighter, sleep deeper, and laugh more freely. Because the burden she brought is no longer on your back. You didn't lose yourself, you survived her plan. And now you are wiser, stronger, and more aligned than ever. Type Amen to get blessing 6622. You may be tempted to seek revenge, to confront her, or to warn others. But heaven is already doing it louder. You don't need to fight in this one. Let her witness your rise. Let her witness your restoration. Let her be reminded that spiritual warfare against the chosen always ends in defeat. She's not who she pretends to be. But now the world will know. And you will rise above her noise with divine peace. Comment, I rise in peace, to seal your protection fully. The name of the woman who smiled with betrayal will not only be known, it will be remembered as a lesson. She will be the story people whisper about when they speak of consequences. And you, chosen one, will be the living proof of protection, elevation, and vindication. Her end was written the day she tried to touch your purpose. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. She thought your silence meant surrender. But your silence was sacred. It was a divine shield, giving heaven room to prepare the fall of her wicked plans. Her energy is weakening faster now. Every day she tries to summon the strength to continue the manipulation, but nothing works anymore. The spirits she called upon have left her trembling and alone. You may soon notice she avoids eye contact. That's because her spirit can no longer bear the light radiating from yours. You've become fire to her shadow. Type Amen to get blessing 8844. Your presence now carries divine voltage. Where she once sat with ease, she will now feel uncomfortable. The trap she built has become her prison. What she did in secret is now being exposed in layers. One person at a time is beginning to see her truth, and soon, the whispers about her will become thunder. This is not drama, it is divine revelation in action. You don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to rush to tell the story. The evidence is unfolding naturally, and her own actions will serve as her judgment. Comment, justice is already speaking, if you feel the energy of exposure around you. There's a shift in the air, subtle but sharp. It began when you reclaimed your time, your space, your thoughts. That was when her grip began to break. She felt it too. That sudden emptiness. That strange void where her manipulation used to work. Archangel Michael says, do not engage her emotionally. Your energy is precious, and she only wants to stir chaos again. Walk away with grace. Silence is your sword now. Type Amen to get blessing 9933. She's going to reach out, maybe with fake concern, or false sweetness. Don't fall for it. This is her final attempt to access your peace. She will speak of misunderstandings. She will pretend she was never involved in anything against you. But the divine realm knows otherwise. You have already been marked for restoration. Everything she tried to stop will now return sevenfold. Everything she mocked is becoming your miracle. Comment, my miracles are returning, to claim that truth now. The most powerful thing about this revelation is that it came from within. You didn't need evidence to trust your gift. You felt it, and that was enough. Your body knew. Your energy pulled back. Your spirit flinched every time she entered the room, and that was heaven's whisper to you. This gift of divine discernment is yours forever now. Use it. Honor it. It will never fail you again. Type Amen to get blessing 1100. Even her name is becoming heavier to those who once admired her. The charm she once carried is breaking under truth. Her reputation is being restructured by divine judgment. You don't need to hide or feel paranoid anymore. The shield is complete. The woman who planned to ensnare you spiritually has been completely disarmed. The things you lost, the time, energy, money, and peace, are all being returned. Slowly but powerfully. And she won't even be able to witness your rise. Comment, I reclaim everything lost, to let your angels seal this part. The divine realm is speaking loudly now. Her smile was the last spell she could cast, and now it has backfired. Her charm has become a curse for herself. You will walk past her soon, maybe in person, maybe in spirit, and she will look away. She won't be able to withstand your light. The radiance around you is too holy. Archangel Michael says, your enemies are not just being silenced, they are being scattered. No alliance formed against you will remain. They are turning on each other now. Type Amen to get blessing 7733. She may try to cry in front of others. She may seek sympathy. But divine justice doesn't bend for tears when they come from manipulation. This is her time to face what she sowed. This is your time to rise in the glory of what you endured. You didn't just survive, you were refined. The door that led her into your life is now permanently shut. She cannot return. Not spiritually, not emotionally, not in whispers, not in dreams. Comment, the door is shut, to finalize her exit in the spirit. Even heaven is sighing in relief, because the heaviness she brought is now lifted. Your home, your body, your thoughts are being swept clean. The smoke is clearing. You may feel sudden peace where there used to be anxiety. That's not just healing. That's her influence being completely removed. Type Amen to get blessing 3344. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. What happens next is not revenge, it is divine justice fully maturing. Everything she tried to delay in your life is catching up. The blessings are back in motion. You will soon be invited into rooms she tried to keep you from. You will receive opportunities she claimed were never meant for you. Heaven is reversing her declarations. Her greatest punishment is watching you glow in truth while she drowns in her own lies. Her power is evaporating. Her influence is gone. Comment, I walk in divine power, to step fully into this new chapter. The angels are rejoicing. Not just because you were delivered, but because you didn't break. You could have cursed, exposed, retaliated, but you stayed in the light. That's why your blessings are undeniable now. That's why your favor cannot be touched. Heaven rewards those who stand firm in the fire. Type Amen to get blessing 5566. She may not even understand how it all fell apart so fast. She will look around, trying to rebuild connections she once had. But the truth she feared has poisoned every rope she tied. What was meant to tie you down has now freed you. And what was meant to empower her has now entrapped her. This is divine order being restored. There is no need for you to explain anything anymore. She will explain herself soon, and it won't be with pride. It will be with trembling. Comment, her control is over, if you feel your release has come. You are now walking in clarity. You are free from the illusions. You are protected from return attacks. The spell of betrayal has broken. The smile of deception has cracked. And now you are glowing without distortion. Type Amen to get blessing 6644. Archangel Michael says, stay grounded in peace. Your next assignment requires a clear mind and clean space. You have been cleansed for greater glory. The angels that watched you grieve in silence are now preparing your celebration. Your name is being whispered in places of favor, not destruction. The woman who tried to entrap your spirit is no longer in power. Heaven has shifted the entire battlefield. Comment, I am safe in divine hands, to accept this divine placement. Her smile was the last warning before heaven moved. And now that movement is complete. You are in the season of divine restoration. The shadows she left are dissolving. The delays are done. And your destiny is now racing forward. Type Amen to get blessing 7788. You will see signs in the coming days, unexpected messages, reopened doors, sudden clarity, answered prayers. This is confirmation. You will feel lighter, more confident, more connected to the divine. That's because she no longer holds a single thread of your energy. Her name, once whispered in secrecy, is now revealed in justice. Heaven knows. And soon, the world will too. Type Amen to get blessing 9999.